The media may be feeling the so-called burn from Trump's comments about them. Others are high-fiving Trump for going after the media. Conservative radio host and the king of radio, Rush Limbaugh, even saying this was the news conference Republicans have been waiting for decades.
How many years have people been begging for a Republican to just once take on the media the way Trump did, all the way from the premise to the details, to the motivation? Near the end of it, a frustrated journalist, Mr. Trump, Mr. Trump, Mr. Trump, is it going to be this way? Is it going to be this way? Are you going to be attacking us after you become president? People at home watching this. Because, folks, in the age of internet trolling, manners are out the window. It's a waste of time asking for manners here.
The on-the-record political panel is here. ABC News political director Rick Klein and Fortune Magazine's Nina Easton. Rick, first to you, since your colleague over at ABC got a shout-out today called a sleaze.
Tom Yamas is a terrific reporter, and he didn't deserve an insult from Donald Trump.
I don't think it'll kill his career.
He'll be fine.
He'll be
He's a
fine.
big boy. A lot of us, we've got thick skin. But this was a political event from the beginning, right? Donald Trump did this because he didn't want to go to a debate on Fox. He decided to create this fundraiser for veterans. And if
this
it has
is last January.
That's right, starting with at the beginning of this. Even if this all has a great outcome at the end for the veterans groups, he created this as a political event. Then his team did not give satisfactory or even consistent answers for a period of weeks and even months. He finally started giving money when the Washington Post called him out on this just over the last week. More than 10 of these organizations just got checks. These are legitimate questions to ask a presidential candidate. Legitimate.
Nina, though, I mean, it is fair to say if he gave one to the wrong veterans group, you know, we'd be all over him. I mean, is there some, I mean, he does, I assume they were vetting these groups, or don't you buy that?
Well, I think, of course, he was vetting these groups, but I think Rick is right that he, you know, the press was holding him to a standard, and he was showing once again his reluctance to undergo strict scrutiny. I thought it was a very interesting moment today because you saw this, what you thought would have been a general election candidate, right? More presidential, giving to veterans groups, doing great work there. Instead, it turned into the primary candidate of attacking, name-calling. And look, everybody hates the news media. Get it, got it, good, you know. But, you know, this follows attacks on his fellow candidates. It follows recent attacks on fellow Republicans. And it also goes to this question, while people don't like the media, people in a general election in particular, I think, want candidates to undergo scrutiny. I mean, let's just talk about Hillary Clinton. There's a lot of pressure for her to release, for example, transcripts of her speeches, which she should. And, you know, you're going to be asked those kinds of questions as a presidential candidate.
But I think that's us in the media. I think Donald Trump won this round today because, as you noticed, that people aren't fans of the media, and I got it. We all get it. We know it. Number one. Number two, it's Donald Trump trying to defend giving money to the vets. And how much money has anyone in the auditorium given? Obviously, they have much less money in the media, but, you know, all I do is turn it around on us. How much have we done for the vets? Well, we're taking a slap at him. So I actually think, Rick, he won this round.
Yeah, he took a story that would have been about how he didn't give money in a timely fashion and it's questionable as to how much was actually raised, into him punching back and hitting the media, which will win him votes and supports. I mean, he has said famously he can do almost anything.
Or will it consolidate Trump voters more? I mean, you know, it'll be a very, and we don't know. I mean, this will be a very interesting case study. Like, does he expand the base by these continued tactics, or does he need to act more presidential like everybody argues? We still don't know the answer to that.
I just think that the woe is me media stuff is just like, it is such a, I mean, that is just, I think that the voters laugh at us when we complain about being insulted and everything else.
And he knows what he's doing. If nothing else over this last year to learn, he knows what he's doing in terms of using the media, using the strategies that he has to try to bring people to his side.
All right, what about Secretary Clinton's response? Does it matter? Make a difference?
I was struck by the fact that she offered one, actually. I mean,
well, she got asked.
Well, she got asked, but she put herself out there for interviews today, which is a little bit unusual given the pace of that campaign.
I didn't see her here for some reason.
She didn't call in yet?
Not yet. I'm waiting.
I think for better or worse for them, they're starting to play to the pace that he is setting in responding to these kind of news-a-day things. They were very aggressive in pushing back on veterans things. It's a sign of nervousness or the general election. They're here to now do tit for tat.
Nina, get the last quick word on this.
I agree.
I can't beat that. Wow. I can't beat that. That's fantastic. Nina, Rick, thank you both.
Thanks, brother.